This is the folio. It's done in Donald Duck style. Yep. And look at that. Is that gorgeous? All right, so if you really like this, keep watching because I have the tutorial for this. And here it is. So we're going to start with the 2 pieces of 12 by 12. We're going to grab our score tape and at the bottom of one of them we're just going to run the score tape. You can use your wet glue, whatever glue you want to use. I'm just going to use my score tape. Okay, I'm going to grab my bone folder and I'm going to burnish it. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the next piece at the top and just run it straight across. Line it up at one end and then at the other end, just like that. Then I'm going to bring in my paper cutter and we're going to cut 3 inches off of either end. Okay? We're going to cut 3 inches off. Now this 3-inch piece is going to be used for your pocket on the back. So let's just work on this one real quick so that it's done. Let's take our scoreboard and we are going to score a 1/2 inch there, and then we're going to score a 1/2 inch on that side. We're going to rotate it and we're going to do a 1/2 inch on that side. So basically what we just did were 3 1/2 inches, and we're going to fold this, but for now we're just going to put it to the side. This is the side I cut the 3 inches from, so when I put it onto my scoreboard, you see that where I added it is right about the 8 3/4 line, but that doesn't matter. You can do either side. So I'm going to score at 6 and then 6 5/8. So I'm just going to go over to the 5/8 mark and score. So it's the 6 and then 6 5/8. Then I'm going to rotate my paper and we're going to score at the 4 1/2 and the 5 1/8. Perfect, right? And then we're just going to fold and burnish right now. Just like that. And you can see that this is now going to be the top part. The shorter end is the top part. And then I'm going to fold and burnish this one. And this is the shorter, and this is the longer, and there you have it. Simple, easy peasy. Now what we're going to do is going to make the 2 sides. To do that, we need a piece of scrap black paper. So find your scrap. So we need 2 hinges, and the hinges are going to be 6 inches long by 1 5/8. So I don't have a 12-inch piece, so I'm going to have to cut mine twice, which is no big deal. So I know that I need 2 pieces at 1 5/8. 1 and 2. Once we have those pieces, we're going to score at a 1/2 inch. We're going to rotate and we're going to score it again at a 1/2 inch. I'm going to do this twice. 1/2 inch, rotate, 1/2 inch. And then I'm going to cut them down to 6 inches. Actually, they could be just a tad short of 6 inches. Just a tad. I'm not kidding you. A tad. All right. And if they're not, that's okay too. We could trim later. Cutting them both down to 6 inches. Then I'm going to bring back my score tape. You can use wet glue again for this. No big deal. I'm going to zoom you in so you can see. All right, you can see my score lines. So I'm going to put a piece of tape on this side of the score line and this side of the score line. I really should get, we'll use that. And I'm going to do it to the next one. And I'm just running that along the edge. Alright. Then I'm going to grab my bone folder and I am just going to burnish them down. Once they're both done like that, I'm going to just fold them backwards. See what I'm doing here? To both sides. I'm actually creating a hinge. Sorry, go this way. So I'm folding them, see how I'm folding them in? Alright. So then I'm just going to bring in my folder. Remember, this is my top. Woo. This is my bottom. See that the sides are bigger. And now what we just created was the side. So we're going to just untape this and we're going to create this. Can you see that? We're creating this. Alright, so I'm going to take off one side. So I'm going to start over here. I'm going to take the tape off, just like that. And I'm going to line it up from the top to the first score line. That's it, just lining it up. And burnishing it down. I'm going to rotate it. I'm going to grab my second one and I'm going to put the same one on the same exact way. I always start at this end, like the end that's there, and we should be golden. Alright, then what happens is this. Trying to get the best lighting for you all. Okay, you see that? I'm trying to see if you can actually see that. We're creating this. That's it. That's all we're doing. You know, if you use wet glue, you have a few more seconds to adjust. But you see, I'm just going to put it in and I'm going to wrap slowly to create that. So, ready? There we go. Okay, now, you see that? I'm just creating that. I have to turn it this way. I'm lining it up and I'm straight. And then I slowly just make sure that I'm straight over here. Right? And then I put it down flat. I grab my bone folder and I just go in through the side. And there you have it. See that? Now I'm going to do the same for the other side. Once you do one of these, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, these are so darn easy. Okay, so see, I squared it. And then I am just slowly, I actually have to turn it. I'm sorry, I need to see this side to me. I do. But you'll figure it out. This way, when I'm running my finger down, I'm keeping it straight. And because I'm using the score tape, it kind of grabs faster. And then I'll lay it flat. And use my bone folder. And your file folder is done. I'm going to quickly just grab my crocodile, and I'm going to do the scalloped edge on this side and this side. Ta-da! Now would you like to mat it? Let's mat it. Now we are on to matting it. Now the matting in the back is 8 3/4 by 11 3/4. Just like that. Oh my god. Oh, sorry, look at the glare on this, or the shine. I'm so in love with this. So in love with it. Part of me says I'm going to, really quickly, I'm just going to scallop the ends. This is actually one of my favorite punches. The scallop stud one. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to use my tape runner. This should go pretty quickly. And then once you have your everything matted, you can decorate it any way you want. Ooh, I'm trying to rush. Don't do that. Oh my god, is this paper gorgeous? Alright, so line it up and press it down. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go grab that pocket. I'm going to move that out so that you can actually see me. We're going to go get that first piece of black, the one that we cut off. And now we're going to do the pocket. So to do a pocket, see how there are two score lines? We're basically cutting this square out, but on a diagonal. So cut up and then cut over. Can you see that? And then we're just going to get rid of this little piece. Right? That's it. Just getting rid of the bulk. And now we're going to fold it over and burnish it. And I'm going to just give it a good 1-2. 1-2. Okay. I am going to use my tape runner. Alright. And then I'm going to bring back that glare. Sorry. And I'm going to put it just a little bit by those corners. Kind of like it like right there. Once you have your spot, depending on whether you use glue or tape runner, get it down and then turn it over, and then from the other side you can actually make sure that it adheres. Now, as you get more familiar with this, if you do another one, you can mat your paper prior to putting the hinges on the side. That is totally your call. Alright, for mine, I chose two complementing patterns because I'm going to decorate mine. Yeah, I am going to, my white is going to go on the inside, right? I'm going to do white there, so, oh, I did not give you the measurement. They fell off. Ah! Alright, let's do this right. So this here is the bottom piece, and that piece is 5 3/4 by 11 3/4. I am just going to notch out my bottom two corners, and I'm going to leave my top ones fine, like, you know, straight, squared, cornered. I kind of like that look. I hope you're enjoying this. Okay. Bring it back in. Open it up. And remember, this is 5 3/4 by 11 3/4. Leave your 1/8 of an inch around the sides, and you are golden. And depending on what glue you use, turn it back over, grab your bone folder, and just give it a good burnish. Now for the front, I chose the same Now listen, if you wanted to put a magnet on, you could put your magnet underneath. Now would be the time for you to think about your closure. I don't know how you want to close it. That's totally up to you. You want to add a ribbon, you want to add Velcro dots, you want to do a magnet. Alright, so this piece, 4 1/4 by 11 3/4. Alright. Yeah, I definitely have a design concept in my head for this. So I'm just matting it in plain color right now. Ooh. Okay, so remember that 1/8 of a border. If you wanted to, you can open up your file folder and you can do this one this way. And there you have it. That corner didn't cut very nicely. And there it is. Just like that. Let me just push that down. Oh, loving this. Now for the inside one, same thing, 4 1/4 by 11 3/4. I'm only going to do 2 of the corners scalloped. Just like that. Ooh, and we are there we have it. Now this here piece, I made this 4 by 11 3/4. This just has to go far enough down so that you don't actually see it. And it's going to go to the right underneath that second score line. See how that, let's see, right there, you see those 2 score lines? It has to be underneath that. Alright. I am not going to scallop that. Sorry if my head was in the way again. Oh my gosh, look at how pretty. Alright, and there you have that completed, right? Then for the back pocket, 2 1/4 by 10 3/4. So now that that back pocket is done, I think I'm going to stub all four of my corners. Just give it a different look. Oh, how pretty is that, right? Okay. Whoops. This is lightweight paper. Actually, I printed this from this week's last week's One Buck Wednesday. It was the Disney pattern. Yay. Alright, remember there's an 1/8 of an inch border around. And there you have it. Now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, right? 4 sides. And then we have a strip in here. These are 3/8 by 11 3/4. So that's the big one. 3/8 by 11 3/4. And it is going to fit perfectly inside those 2 score marks, all leaving 1/8 of a border. See that? Okay. Now, my top one I'm not going to do. I think I'm going to design that myself in Cricut. So this one is also 3/4 by 11 3/4, and it's for the bottom. Now, the 2 sides, same thing. It's 3/4 by 5 3/4. And you need 2 of those. There you have it, right? And now we have one more side. I decided to cut this next layer out, and this is a 5.5 by 11.5 piece. I'm kind of just mixing things up a little because I did cut out some Donald ducks, and I'm waiting for my machine to fire up, and I'm going to finish up this project. I just really like the way that looks. Alright, so I'm going to turn that over, and I'm going to burnish. Okay. Alright, I did pick out that Donald Duck, and now I'm just waiting for my printer. I'm going to link these printables in the description box below. So it will be a PDF file. All you have to do is print them and fussy cut them, and you can actually make this same exact project. And if you don't want to make the same exact project, use these printables and make some cards. Alright, so this was my design concept. Donald Duck, this one goes there, this one goes there. Then I had these guys here, him there, him here, and him here. And I was thinking about throwing the hat up right there. What do y'all think? Do you think so? I think so. Alright, so I'm going to probably fast forward this video. I'm going to quickly just put these on. And there you have it. It's done, except for now we just have to do the last and final part, which is, I'm going to show you how I do my snap closure. This is what I use, okay? I can link this in the description box below. I got this on Amazon. I'm going to use black. I think black would do this justice. Oh. So to do this, you need 2 and then 2 toppers, and then you need a male, female, or an innie and an outie. So let me find them. Oh, and there we go. We got an innie and an outie right there. Alright, so it comes with a pokey tool right there. And what I do is I grab my ruler and I'm going to mark the 6-inch spot. I'm going to do that with a pencil. Right there, 6 inches. And I have plenty of space. So I want it to be right there. I'm going to hold it down. And I know that I went through. So I'm going to grab my top part. Just like that. The base. I'm going to just push them together. Then I'm going to grab my, I guess these are considered pliers. Put that back on. So hard to do things sometimes when you're videotaping. And okay, so give it a little squeeze. Then I'm going to grab my other 2 parts. One goes from behind. Hold on. I'm going to get that in there and then I'll show you. Just like that. I push it through. I grab the top portion. And then I'm just going to do the little plier thing again. Yay! Oh. And there it is! It's done! Oh, no, it's not. I did make, look at what I made. And this is also included in the printable. Donald Duck. And this is what's going to go right here. Alright, so I'm just going to add glue. Because my glue is out. Oh, yeah. Love how this came out. Love it. It's like the binding of a book, right? The only thing is that this was not the full. There we go. It goes just halfway. Just like that. Ta-da! Absolutely in love. Alright everybody, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, leave me a comment, and if you're new to my channel, maybe hit that subscribe button. Alright everybody, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you all real soon. Bye.